Hey Leos, welcome to August 2018. Hope you guys are doing okay. We just had that solar eclipse in Leo, and now the lunar eclipse, the full lunar eclipse and the full moon is happening today, as in the 28th of July. So I hope you guys are feeling okay. The lunar eclipse is in Aquarius, but that solar eclipse was in Leo, so it's hitting you guys. It's definitely hitting you guys. What this solar eclipse and lunar eclipse is doing is it's bringing to light things that we've been pushing down for far too long. So it's saying no more. It's bringing stuff up. It's going to be hitting relationships as well, like how you're interacting with people. The card that just popped up for you guys is the deception card. So thinking that someone's taking from you, thinking that someone is stealing from you behind your back, talking behind your back, just doing shady stuff behind your back. This lunar eclipse, full moon, is going to bring that to light, because Aquarius is all about friendships and your peer groups and your community and your hopes and your dreams and your wishes. So things that are coming, that are happening behind your back, Leo, are now coming to the surface to be cleaned. So hold on tight, because I should also warn you guys that 5 planets are in retrograde right now. 5 planets. What retrograde means, when a planet is retrograde, it appears like it's moving backwards in the sky, but it's pretty much just stopped. It's not orbiting anymore. And when it's going backwards, think of like a bow and arrow. You're getting pulled back to really do all those re-words, which is reflect, rejuvenate, whatever, rewords, reflect, rejuvenate, reduce, reuse, recycle, whatever rewords you can think of. Those 5 planets are Mercury retrograde, so that's your communication, so rethinking before you talk. And then you have Mars, and that's your energy, so reanalyzing before you jump off on the deep end and get upset over something. And then we have Neptune is in retrograde, and that's the planet of haze and disillusion. So that's probably why you're feeling like somebody is taking from you or talking behind your back, especially this Queen of Cups energy. So somebody who's very emotional. So that Neptune energy is all about disillusion and haze and deception in a way. And when that's retrograde, we're kind of going inward with our haze, and really we feel a little bit more groggy, and it's a chance to really reevaluate where we're going in life. And then Saturn is also in retrograde. That's in retrograde until September, like a lot of these planets are. And Saturn retrograde is all about reorganizing and restructuring ourselves to figure out what our authority is and what that means to us. And then, was that 5? Missing one. Jupiter just went direct on the 10th, which is nice because it's a planet of expansion. I'm missing one. Mercury, Mars, Neptune, Saturn. I'm missing one. Shoot. Mercury, Mars, Neptune, Saturn. Maybe that's it. Maybe because Jupiter went direct. Oh, Pluto. Pluto's also retrograde. So Pluto, when Pluto is retrograde, that's all about our transformations. So really getting clear about our inner demons and stuff. Okay, so 3 cards that popped out for the Leos for August 2018 is somebody talking behind your back, Queen of Cups, and the Star card came out. So the way that I'm reading this is the deception and the talking of the back and the uncertainty as to how this Queen of Cups truly feels about you actually is working out in your favor. It actually is going to end up being a positive thing. Either what they're saying behind your back is positive, and it's actually, they're kind of vouching for you and advocating for you, or what they're saying behind your back is going to come to light, so you're going to be able to use that as a catapult to cleanse this Queen of Cups from your life, and that will lead into more positivity and optimism and more stable ground. But the way that I'm seeing this so far, depending on your situation, Leo, is the talking of the back that this Queen of Cups is doing is actually going to be for your benefit in the long run. So let's see. Anything else that the Leos need to know for August 2018? Okay, let's get started. Leo, August 2018. So the theme of this reading, I'm sure you guys just saw this card before, and it's the 3 of Swords. So this card is all about heartbreak, pain, sorrow, involving 3 people, some negativity as well. These 3 people are part of your support system, so family or friends. It's all based on money. It's based on money or power, something like that, and finding it hard to feel stable within yourself because of this money instability. It's involving a King of Swords, some new energy there with a younger Earth sign, and everything eventually turning out fine if you can move on with your thoughts and recognize that you've invested more power and you don't need the power that's been taken from you by this third party, probably by the King of Swords, okay? So it is working out just fine in the long run, but the theme of this reading is that pain, that heartbreak involving 3 people, somebody within your family and friends, involving some sort of money and your foundation. King of Swords is involved when it comes to new energy, especially a young Earth type sign, so Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Everything working out just fine if you speak your truth, say what's on your mind, and then move on with your thoughts. Not move on with your actual physical self, moving on with your thoughts. And that's what the retrograde planets are doing. They're really forcing us to go inward. So not actually making any movements, any concrete changes, but just really going inward and being like, okay, what's going on? What have I invested so far when it comes to my power, when it comes to my finances, when it comes to my sense of security? Going inward is going to feel negative at first, but you actually have a lot of emotional security to recognize that maybe something is missing at home and that you need to create something else with this power that you have. Okay? So that's the theme of the reading, Leo. Now let's get started on the actual reading if I have room. Okay, so it's about a Page of Swords. So the situation at hand for August 2018 for Leos, happy early birthday, or happy birthday, by the way, is a Page of Swords. So somebody younger than you, somebody who is either a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, or who embodies those traits. So Libra is very cooperative, very harmonious. Aquarius, very friendly, very humanitarian. And then you have Gemini, very chatty and very mobile, like very active and always moving around. So essentially the Page of Swords is all about communication, communicative energy, speaking your truth, speaking your mind, using the messages that you receive to empower yourself, and using the messages that you receive to look further into them. So not just receiving a message and saying, okay, moving on. Actually reading between the lines going forward, okay? That's what you're really going to have to focus on doing this August 2018, is just every message you receive, every email, every quote that you read on Facebook, every picture you see on Instagram, really read it through. Like, what is the universe trying to tell me? Because it is synchronicity. It is when you are on Facebook going through that scroll, especially Facebook or Instagram where it's so fast moving, scrolling through, there's going to be messages on there that the universe is like, okay, I know Leo's watching. I know Leo's on their phone right now or their whatever. So I know that I can put this message into their eye line so it goes into their subconscious. So really analyzing what's going into your subconscious and not just allowing it to flood your emotions without analyzing it and deciding to imprint it into your conscious mind. Okay, so Page of Swords is a situation for August 2018 for Leos. The obstacle and the aid is greed, okay? So when it comes to this message that comes in, these messages that you're reading between the line, the greed and the holding on to your power, or of somebody else being greedy and holding on to their power and their resources, is going to be the obstacle and the aid to the messages that you're reading, okay? So the greed and the power hoarding is going to help you when it comes to reading through the messages and reading between the lines, but it's also going to hinder your ability to see what's right in front of you, okay? So you really want to try and take your power out of your mind when you're reading messages, especially from certain people. You know, the King of Swords is here. The Page of Pentacles, messages from them, you really want to analyze and try and take your power out of it. Try and be completely subjective where you're just like, okay, that's this. I'm reading it as a complete layman, as a complete stranger. What would a stranger think of this without my emotions and without me trying to find power and stability within this person's actions and their messages? So it's going to be hard to do, but it's going to help you when it comes to moving forward and reading between the lines. Subconsciously, you have Queen of Swords here. So subconsciously, this is either a person that you're thinking about when it comes to the messages that you'd like to receive, or this is how you really need to start embodying this energy. As somebody who, the Queen of Swords, yeah, they're very communicative, but they also think before they talk. You know, you have the water signs that don't talk and will just brood and think about it. Then you have the fire signs like you that you won't really think about it. You'll just spit it out, which, hey, we need that kind of energy in our lives. And then you have the air sign where their mind is going constantly, where they have to really analyze and pick and choose what they want to be speaking out. So the air sign is really an energy that you want to embody where, okay, I have that thought. I'm not going to just blurt it out. retrograde, all these planets retrograde, especially Mercury. I'm going to think about it. I'm going to analyze it. I'm going to take my power out of it. And then I'm going to communicate my truth. You're thinking about your family, of course. Happy family. Everybody taken care of. Everybody happy. You being in a place of complete empowerment and stability independently too. You right now are definitely focused on soulmate energy. So whether or not you're with your soulmate now, there is somebody in your life that is trying to either be that person that catapults you toward your soulmate, or that person is acting as a soulmate in training. Because I personally think that feelings can evolve, just like feelings can dissolve, they can evolve into something. So it could be somebody that's in your life right now that you didn't even realize, hey, this person has been catapulting me back onto my path, putting me into my soul's purpose. They make me feel great. They lift me up. This person could be that angel in disguise that is my soulmate, that is putting me back on the path I'm supposed to be walking. So you are in that soulmate energy right now. So keep your eyes open, keep your heart open, keep your mind open, and then let me know. Family and friends are seeing what you've created, and they're kind of just giving you that space. They're like, okay, Leo, okay. They're like, they see that you're getting your ships are coming in. They see that you're starting to really get a hang of life and really figuring out manifestation, and they appreciate that. But that's kind of why they're staying their distance a bit, because a lot of people, family and friends especially, you'll notice that you go into your family and friends and you don't fit in a lot of the times. And that's because you're not there to fit in. You're in your family. You picked your family unit as a way to challenge you so that you grow, right? So your family and friends, they see that your ships have come in and that you're doing so well, and it threatens them because they haven't progressed as much as you have. So they're like, what am I doing wrong? And even though they're not giving you the props that you want and the kind of applause and the appreciation that you deserve, they're just not going to give it to you because they can't even praise themselves, okay? So if that's what you're searching for when it comes to family and friends, especially if that's a message that you're waiting for from the Queen of Swords or the Page of Pentacles or the King of Swords, if that's a message that you're waiting for, keep in mind, they're so focused on what they're accomplishing or not accomplishing and holding on to their power that you're probably not going to get that message. You're probably not going to get that at all. So you have to really give it to yourself. Hope and fear is taking some rest at home, and not doing anything and just kind of doing your own thing, just being in prayer, being in meditation, being in solitude, and being in rest and being okay with that. You want to, you're burnt out. You're like, I just want to kind of shut the world away. I want to just chill right now. But you fear it because the thing with the Leo, especially around your birthday, this is when you're most magnetic, right? This is when your sun is conjunct your sign. So you're just amazing right now. You're feeling great. But you're like, ease off, world. I just want to chill right now. And that's the fear as well, because if you do chill and you kind of let your magnetism dim a little bit, you really need other people to lift you up and to make you shine. That's what Leos do. They need an audience, right? So that's where that fear comes in, because you're like, audience, I need an intermission. But you fear that if you have that intermission, people are going to walk out of the theater. Okay, so that's your hope and fear. It's time to just own that. That alone time that you're doing, that rest and seclusion that you hope for, really just is to have that space to receive the message that you've been waiting for from either the Queen or King of Swords or the Page of Pentacles. So the last card, this is looking really good, Leos. I think you guys are going to have a really great birthday month. The first step is to recognize at the end of the day, you've been doing this for your family. Everything that you've been doing is for your family. It's for your new beginnings. It's for just feeling emotionally content, emotionally at peace, feeling like you can just relax for a bit and just dance in your success. This is what you want. This is what you've been thinking about. So this is what you're manifesting. And what this is bringing is a lot of strength, okay? It's bringing you a ton of strength. Okay, Leo, you got tons of strength this month, tons of power. You don't need to, I love how it's a lion too, right? You don't need to tame your Leo this month. This month, let your Leo roar. Do what you need to do to be as proud and Leo as you possibly can. And what that's going to initiate is a huge transformation. So this is really your birthday year. This is your year where the birthday, you're going to look back and be like, wow, that birthday, I really went through some huge transformations. I did a lot of changes. I got the messages that I wanted. I was able to speak my mind and my truth. I was at a place of financial security and fulfillment. I was only thinking about my family, and that brought me a lot of strength. I was with my soulmate in some form, you know, either the soulmate could even be a new pet that you got. So you were with your soulmate, so you were at least getting the messages from the universe. You're going to look back on this birthday and be like, wow, this is amazing. I feel great. I've gone through a major transformation and I'm ready for more transformations. So, Leo, I think that's all I have for you. It's a short one this month because I want you guys to go back to your birthday celebrations. As always, please comment, like, subscribe, and if you would like a personalized reading, because I always put out birthday specials so we can see how your year is going to look. Please email me. My email is below. Love you guys so much, and I will see you, holy crap, September. I'll see you in September. Bye, guys. Happy birthday.